We have officially hit our first bump in the road to WrestleMania. And it is a significant bump as Braun Breaker has been ruled out indefinitely after getting injured. Now, as of right now, I don't believe that there is a timetable set for his return. However, the rumors surrounding Braun Breaker's injury right now is it's sounding like he's going to end up missing WrestleMania entirely. And obviously, that is a massive, massive blow because Braun Breaker obviously was playing a role in one of the bigger storylines heading into WrestleMania this year. Him and the Vision's involvement not only with Seth Rollins' impending return, but also the dynamic that was being played at between the Vision and Adam Pearce. So the purpose of today's video is we're going to be talking all about the Braun Breaker injury and how this affects everything involved. We're going to be talking about the Vision, WrestleMania 42, and Seth Rollins' inevitable return. Real quickly, before we get too far ahead in the video, I want to say that if you are a WWE fan, consider subscribing to this YouTube channel. That is all we post is WWE related content. So if you're a WWE fan, again, consider subscribing. It's free. You can always change your mind later. So let's start off by talking about the Vision. Now, the Vision, obviously, it's very clear that they are still going forward with the whole Masked Man storyline. We saw it on the most recent episode of Monday Night Raw. Even after the news about Braun Breaker had come out, we still saw the Masked Man show up and take out the Vision. But I feel like it's going to change, obviously, because so far we've seen the Masked Man really target Braun Breaker. Obviously, he has also gone after the Vision as well, but I feel like this attack from this Masked Man this time has been directly towards Braun Breaker. So, kind of similar to what we saw with Seth Rollins getting injured in the Vision and Braun Breaker being that next man up, who is going to be the next man up from the Vision this time? I think the answer is Bronson Reed. Now, you can make an argument for Bronson Reed not necessarily being ready for that type of responsibility, and I wouldn't necessarily disagree with you. But this is a guy who does have a lot of the tools it takes to be a bigger star in this company. And with Paul Heyman by his side, it might actually end up working in the very end. Now, I almost feel like the Vision almost works a little bit better with just three guys. Because when it was Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory, it felt very kind of split. Obviously, Braun being the main guy, Bronson just kind of there, and then you had Theory and Logan also just kind of there. Now, obviously, my hope is that we kind of see a little bit of a tag team forming between Austin Theory and Logan Paul. In case you missed my last video, I talked all about the tag team division in the WWE and how it is in a very bad spot right now, and a team between Logan Paul and Austin Theory representing the Vision could go a long way. Now, do I have any confidence that they're going to go that way? Absolutely not. Considering they haven't really done it so far, I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. Could we possibly be getting another new member into the Vision? At this point, I don't necessarily see it, but I wouldn't necessarily count it out either. The big question to that would be who could realistically end up joining the Vision at this point? Because again, it's very clear that the Masked Man this time is not helping the Vision. He's going after the Vision. This isn't a scenario like we saw the first time with Austin Theory being the Masked Man where he was helping the Vision win matches. Moving on to Seth Rollins and what it means for Seth moving forward without Braun Breaker. Again, obviously, they are still moving forward with the Masked Man storyline, so we have to see how that plays out and who actually is under the mask this time. So I'm curious to see how that plays itself out now without Braun Breaker and if that changes anything at all. And obviously, it was very clear that they were working towards a Braun Breaker Seth Rollins match at WrestleMania, and now that that is most likely not going to happen, what's the plan B? I already talked about giving Bronson Reed a push and kind of making him the face of the Vision now, and a match between him and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania I think actually could be a fairly decent plan B. Obviously, we know that those two have a lot of history together even prior to the Vision coming together, so maybe rekindling an old rivalry may be the way to go. But again, I always end up circling back to, is Bronson Reed ready for that type of match in that type of environment? I think he's capable of it, but we have to see a lot of growth between now and WrestleMania 42. And that does obviously leave a big hole in WrestleMania 42 without having a Seth Rollins Braun Breaker match. Now, a Bronson Reed Seth Rollins match could likely happen. Again, if that is the route that they are going to go, it wouldn't necessarily be the worst. Again, you already have the history between Seth and Bronson even prior to the Vision, like I talked about earlier. And again, the good problem is that this injury happened relatively early into the road to WrestleMania, so there is still a lot of time between here and WrestleMania 42 for this story to actually kind of work itself out a little bit more. So who's to say that we don't see Bronson Reed really start coming out of his shell a little bit more and really taking that next big step into becoming something bigger than what he is already? Again, I think some of the tools are there for Bronson Reed, but it's kind of just putting them all together at this point. And look, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Bron Breaker's ceiling is much, 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 much higher than Bronson Reed's is. But I still do think that there is a lot of potential left in Bronson as well. And as for whether or not Bronson is ready for this type of match, I think something to remember is that he has had some pretty big matches against some pretty big names. Obviously, he's had a feud against Roman Reigns, he's had a feud against Seth Rollins already, and he had a big tag team match with Bronson Reed against Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at SummerSlam. So I feel like that Bronson is right there to take the next step and kind of putting everything together. Whether he can get to that point between now and WrestleMania 42, we'll obviously have to sit back and watch. So this is where I want to hear from you guys. Let me know all your thoughts about this situation. Let me know how you think that Bron Breaker's injury affects the Vision, Seth Rollins' return, WrestleMania 42, and anything else that you could possibly think of that I might have missed. Again, this isn't just some insignificant injury. Like, this was a major story moving on to WrestleMania. So while we're not getting that full story with Bron Breakker and everything going on with him, I still think that the plan B could be a very, very good one. And we have seen when WWE kind of gets put into a corner like this, they can sometimes work their magic in the best ways possible. So as always, let me know your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section. While you're down there, swing by the description and click the Linktree link. That is the only link in the description for a reason. That is because it'll take you to all of the social media platforms for this channel. I do strongly suggest going and checking out our X page besides YouTube. I am most active over on X. We do updates for Monday Night Raw, Friday Night SmackDown, and the PLEs. And if you do enjoy these videos and you're looking for some extra content, go check out our Instagram and our TikTok pages. Over there, you can expect clips from these videos, and it's just another place for me to post when I do upload a video on here to YouTube. So again, if you do enjoy these videos and you are looking for some extra content, again, Linktree link in the description. It'll take you to wherever you want to go. So with all that said and done, that is going to do it for this video here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, hit the like button. If you really enjoyed it, hit the subscribe button. Again, both are free, both really help out the channel a lot. And of course, if you have made it to this point of the video, I want to say thank you very, very much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch these videos here, because it genuinely does mean the world to me. And as always, stay tuned for more WWE content coming in the future. We'll see you next time.